I've been guilty of building a dashboard, and I was super in this zone of like getting all our stuff organized and making sure I know what we're going to track. And then I get busy running the business, or there's an issue with the team, and 1 week turns into 2, turns into half a year. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
And so how do we automate some of these things, and what are the right rhythms that we can have, that whether it's meeting structures or emails or what, like what's the right way to make sure that we don't lose sight of it?
Yeah, I think it's really important that, the numbers are regularly tracked. So even if you're not necessarily talking about it every week or every morning, and maybe you do have some metrics you do talk about every day, probably not all of them, but that they are consistently being tracked. Because tracking is a huge deal, especially in a small company. If you don't have a huge intranet system, if you don't have a lot of, if you're living in Excel, constant tracking will save you a lot of time and heartache, right? So you're not going back a year later like, shoot, I haven't tracked any of my KPIs. Now I need to go back through everything I've done and try to build out this huge report, right? So tracking consistently as you go really helps, not only to help you focus as you go, but you don't have to talk about it necessarily all the time. And the nice thing about tracking as you go is you have a regular cadence of keeping track of the data and storing it somewhere where a lot of people have access to, that you can pull out key points when you need them.
Yeah. When
you have different challenges. Because if those KPIs are truly the value and purpose of your company, when you have conflict, those values and purposes might be on the line.
Bingo.
And it might be a good time to pull those KPIs up and be like, last month we did this. We're trailing right here. What happened in this space? And, we let relational things sometimes overpower putting out fires. Logistics is a lot. There's a lot of things that go wrong in a global supply chain. And you can't let the day-to-day tactics overwhelm the bigger purpose of where you're headed.
Yeah, it's like having visibility. You're looking out the windshield, but then you've got this dashboard in your car in front of you, and you know how fast you're going, you know how you're pacing. I know for me, early on in building EntreLeadership, this is the days before we had a CRM and like smart systems that actually made this stuff automated for us. I did dig into Excel. I did build the budget in Excel, and really had to put I read a few books on dashboards. I put a lot of energy into what would be the best KPIs, and then how do we visualize them in a way with the right graphs and charts. Again, not overwhelming, not too many, but enough that told a story.
Yeah.
And I knew myself, and I said, I'm not going to update this all the time. And so I had this amazing lady on our team. She's still on the team, Hannah. I said, Hannah, you're the most diligent person I know. Every day, we're going to take our sales information, revenue, et cetera, update this dashboard, and then I want you to print it and put it on my desk and the sales team's desk. And we call it the newspaper. And every morning it was like, it's right there, and we're looking at it. And most of the time it was just that reminder of like, okay, yeah, we're on track, it's good. But if we saw something dip, we saw it early enough that we could huddle the team up and do something about it. And again, those metrics being, hey, these are lives changed. It's not just dollars in the door, but these are the customers we're serving. And there really is something about keeping it in front of you, just like in football. I mean, at the end of the end zone, that scoreboard's up there.
Yeah.
You're not staring at it 100% of the time, but you need to be able to quick glance and go, are we winning?
Yeah.
As we kind of wrap up here, and you're listening to this going, okay, I want to know the top 10 to 20 companies you've worked with. What are the habits or behaviors of the founder that I need to be doing to make sure that we're bulletproof on this stuff when it comes to making sure we have a profit and we protect it. And then when we get that profit, we're putting it back into the right places that are going to fuel our purpose.
Yeah. I would say awareness of the people around them. So when you think about entrepreneurs, that fail, a lot of time it comes down to relationship and the original team not working out. And so when I look at really large companies, sometimes I'm amazed at how personable a Fortune 500 CEO is. How much like he engages and sees you like a person and really listens and asks questions. And those are organizations where, because their leader is like that, they feel valued within that organization, and they're going to show up and work hard. And that's really important. So I think that the one thing that has just surprised me over the years and working with a lot of different companies is people at the top that really have an awareness of all the different people that their company impacts. And they take time to be really purposeful in how they interact with them.
It really is about the person.
It really is.